Hey there, it's Miss Hall. Alright, we're going to go back to our test review that we were working on before we left due to this whole virus situation. Please go ahead and take out these notes. If you don't have them nearby, please pause this video and go ahead and grab them now. Alright, so we're just going to refresh on them. The first one is to write the solution for x plus 7 is equal to 19. We did the opposite operations. We subtracted 7 from both sides, which gave us x is equal to 12. How many solutions are in a contradiction? The answer is none. A contradiction says one thing, and then it says another. So example 5 is equal to negative 2. It's not true. There are no solutions for it. What value would we multiply this by to cancel the fractions? Well, our given denominators are 4, 2, and 8. So we counted by all of those numbers in purple there. And then when we did that, the least common denominator would be 8, so you multiply everything by 8 to cancel. What value would we multiply this by to clear the equation of decimals? Well, 0.79 has 2 decimal spots, 1.23 has 2, 0.247 is 3, and 0.21 has 2. So the greatest number we have is 3. So in this case, we're going to multiply by 1,000 because it has 3 zeros and we have 3 decimals in our largest number here. Alright, what is the addition property of equality? It says that we can add or subtract from both sides of the equal sign and the equation will still remain true. It doesn't matter what we add or subtract, as long as we do the same thing to both sides, it'll still be true. Alright, what kind of equation is 3x minus 1 and 3x plus 1? That's going to be a contradiction, because again it's saying that subtracting 1 and adding 1 are the same thing, and it's not. What kind of equation is 7x plus 13 equals 7x plus 13? It's an identity. It's like saying 2 is equal to 2. It's just the truth. It's an identity. What kind of equation is 7x plus 29 equals 4 minus 2x? It's going to be conditional. Depends on what x is going to end up equaling. There'll be a limited number of solutions in this case, though. Alright, then we solve for the following equation. We got mad and did 2 times 8 was 16, then plus 1 was 17. So we had 17 over 2x is equal to 68. We divided by 17 over 2, and we did keep, change, flip, KCF. Which ended up giving us 68 times, and we flipped it, so it's 2 over 17, which gives us 136 over 17, which divides, when you divide it, it equals 8. For number 10, we chose to bring our 4n to the left. We brought our n's to the left, our numbers to the right. So the 4n came to the left, 8n minus 4n was 4n. Then we brought the 40 to the right by subtracting 40. Negative 28 minus 40 is negative 68. We divide both sides by 4 to get n by itself, and negative 68 divided by 4 is negative 17. We did opposite operations. Number 11, we distributed the negative sign to the set of parentheses, so we had 6x minus 4x minus 14 is equal to 30. 6x minus 4x is 2x. Then we brought the minus 14 to the right by adding 14. Then we get 2x is equal to 44. We divide both sides by 2, which gave us x is equal to 22. We should have all this written down so far. This is just a quick refresher on how to do this. We had 3/4 x plus 10 is equal to 27. We want to multiply by the least common denominator. We only have one denominator in this case, so we're going to multiply by 4. Sorry about that. Alright, so the 4's canceled, which gave us 3x. 4 times 10 is 40, and 4 times 27 is 108. Then we do opposite operations, like we did the last problem. Alright, so we subtract the 40, which gave us 3x is equal to 68. The opposite of 3 times x is dividing by 3. We divided both sides by 3, which gave us x is equal to 68 over 3. It's a decimal, so we just kept it as a fraction. Alrighty, so back to where we left off. I started doing this, the video didn't work, and I have to redo this. I'm going to try to add on to what I already have written. So I'm going to write in purple for anything else that I add on. Alright, so we had 0.9x minus 2.6 is equal to 0.4x. We're going to use Torquetia in this case and find what we multiply by to cancel the decimal spots. In this case, we had one decimal spot. This one has 1, this one has 1 as well. So we're going to multiply by 1 0, so we have 10. We distributed that to all three, and Torquetia says we multiply to the right. It's part of Torquetia. This is the important part there. So we brought the one spot to the right, one spot to the right, one spot to the right, which gave us 9x minus 26 is equal to 4x. And we already have the number here, so we brought this x over by subtracting 9x on both sides, which gave us negative 5x. We divided by negative 5 to cancel that. Our negative signs canceled as well, so we have 26 over 5 is equal to x. That's a decimal. It should be 5 point something, I think 5.2. So we left it as a fraction, or you could leave it as a decimal as well. Either way would work. Alrighty, a couple more. We have 4 times the absolute value of 2x plus 1 plus 10 is equal to 22. So we first have to get the absolute value alone. So this green box is what we're trying to isolate. So we subtracted 10 to cancel. So now we have 4 times the absolute value of 2x plus 1 is equal to 12, which is this step here. We still need to get this by itself. So we divided both sides by 4. Those 4's canceled. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Alright, so our absolute value bar is alone. We separated it into 2 different sides. It equaled positive 3 and negative 3. And we solved for x. So we subtracted 1 from both sides to cancel that. We have 2x is equal to 2. Divided by 2 is 1. We did the same exact steps here, except we got a different number. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. And negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Don't forget, if your absolute value equals a negative number, it's no solution. Absolute value will always equal a positive number. It can never be negative. Alright, and last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and erase this part here just to go over this one with you guys real quick. Where's that? Alright, so it says in a class of 36 students, the number of boys is 2 fewer than 3 times the number of girls. Find the number of girls. But the directions say, do not solve, do not simplify, just write out the equation. So theoretically, we do not have to find the number of girls. We just need to find the equation that would help us find the number of girls. Alright, so, and it tells us to use x. So, the class of 36, the class is going to be equal to girls plus boys. Okay? So we have girls is going to be x. They tell us to use x, so girls is x. But boys is more complicated. Boys is 2 fewer than 3 times the number of girls. Alright, so we have, we know we have 3 times the number of girls, and the number of girls is x. So we have 3x. Well, we have 2 fewer than that. So if you have 2 fewer than that, fewer means subtract, so we're going to subtract 2. So we have girls is x, boys is 3x minus 2. So we have girls plus boys, so we have x for girls, and then add the boys is 3x minus 2. And it's going to be equal to the number of students to the class, which is 36. And that would be your final answer there. Do not solve for x, do not simplify, do not combine like terms. Leave it just the way it is. That would be your final answer. Alright, literal equations. They tell you that I is equal to v over r, and they say solve for r. So we multiplied both sides by r. That way the r's canceled and came to the top. Then we ended up with r times I is equal to v. R was still not by itself, so we divided by I to cancel those. So then we had r is equal to v over I. Then r is by itself, so that would be our final answer. Alright. Feel free to use your notes in this test. Do the best of your ability. It will be tomorrow. Any questions, feel free to call, text, or email. I believe text would be the fastest method of communication. Feel free to do any of the 3 though. Thank you guys and have a great one. Make sure you